Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me at Four Elms, my name's Mr. Cook and I'm the Year 3 class teacher at Seal Primary School. For everyone at Seal Primary, hi, I hope you're all well and I hope you're looking after yourselves. Last week we started to read The Ice Monster. I'm going to continue reading this week, so every day this week, if you tune in, you'll be able to see me reading a chapter or two from The Ice Monster. Chapter 9, The Devil's Work. Every morning, Elsie checked the newspapers for more news of the ice monster. Weeks passed until one day she heard the cloth-capped sellers shouting from their stands, "Ice monster to sail down the Thames! Ice monster expecting in London today! Ice monster to be kept frozen in a museum!" The girl's heart pounded with excitement. Up in the Arctic, the mammoth and a huge slab of ice in which it had been found had been packed into a wooden crate full of snow and loaded onto a whaling ship. It was then transported thousands of miles from the Arctic all the way down to the mouth of the Thames. From there it travelled upriver towards London and its ultimate destination, the Natural History Museum. The whaling ship was escorted along the Thames by a formation of gleaming new boats of the British Naval Fleet, which broke up the ice to allow its safe passage. The ice monster was being given a huge welcome, as if it were a visiting king or queen. Thousands of Londoners lined the banks all along the river to catch a glimpse of the creature and be part of this momentous occasion. Being little, Elsie was able to crawl under the grown-up's legs to scramble right in front. There she could see the whaling ship and the huge coffin-like crate in which the animal was packed. When the ships had passed, Elsie raced across London towards the museum. Living on the streets, the girl knew every nook and cranny of the city. She dashed along the back streets, across gardens, down tunnels, over rooftops, and even jumped on the back of a horse-drawn cab to get there before the monster. A line of policemen with linked arms formed a wall round the museum, as Londoners surged forward to see the wooden box trundle by on a carriage pulled by 50 mighty horses. "Hurrah!" cheered the crowds. But one lone voice was shouting something different. It was an old man with a long beard, wearing a big sandwich board over his shoulders. The words, "The end is nigh," were emblazoned across it. He held aloft a copy of the Bible and cried, "This is the devil's work. The prophecy has come true. The beast has come. The end is nigh." Elsie tugged on his coat. "It's not a beast, sir, it's a woolly mammoth." The old man gave her a whack on the head with his Bible. "Wicked child!" Elsie pushed past him, helping herself to a lump of mouldy cheese from his pocket as she did so. The girl had just reached the gates of the museum when she was shoved back by a policeman. "Get back, you revolting urchin!" he bawled and shunted her aside. "Ouch!" she cried as she tumbled onto her back. "We don't want your sort here. Now clear off." At the lowest of the low, Elsie was used to being turned away, but being strong in spirit, she was not going to take no for an answer. So she scrambled her way back to up the back of the gentleman's coat and trod on his hat. Squish! Before he had a chance to cry out, she leapt off his top hat and onto the branch of a nearby tree. Twang! With her monkey feet, Elsie shimmied up the tree with ease and stood on the highest branch. From there she watched as 100 men rolled the crate off the back of the carriage. With thick ropes they heaved it up the stone steps. The huge wooden front doors of the museum had been taken off their hinges. The crowd fell silent as the men began pushing the crate through the doorway. Would it fit through without taking the front of the Natural History Museum with it? A cheer went up as the crates just squeezed through. "Hurrah!" Soon mutterings passed around the crowd that a very important visitor would be coming to the museum today to witness the unveiling. "She's coming here? Who? You know? Oh my lord! Not her. Yes, her. She ain't been sane for ages. She's so old now. This must be really something. I should have brought a new hat." Surely enough, barely an hour had passed before the streets echoed with the sound of trumpets. Brother, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. All heads turned to see a golden carriage trundling along the road. Ahead of the carriage, liveried soldiers and horseback blew trumpets to herald the arrival of the very important person seated in it, Queen Victoria. I'm going to stop there. Tune in again tomorrow for the next chapter.